Hello and good morning. My name is Julian Biggs. Welcome back to Your Future Hand. We're going to get into this morning's market scope in just a minute. How are you? It's a wonderful, almost winter day. A couple of days away from winter. It's been quite nice. Didn't even have to turn the heat on till somewhere in November this year. It's been real lovely. $42,551 at the time of filming this video. If you caught the last stream last night, if you caught last night's stream, thank you very much. We caught a short right here at the top. 43,352 was the short. Let's go over to Femex for a sec. So, scalpity, couple longs last night, and then took the short with the full wallet, chickened out before bed, because I don't really like leaving trades open before bed. It ended up coming down, and you can see I just took profits again at the bottom of this candle here. So we came below the Fibonacci retracement level of 38.2% on this last little bullish pop on the half hour, or sorry, this is actually the 1 hour chart, so that was a good trade. On the 1 hour chart, rode that down to the 38.2% fib, and I'm glad I didn't set my take profit there. I actually lowered my take profit to the 50% fib. When I woke up, we were underneath the 38.2. So I'm glad I moved it down from the 38.2, because generally I would leave it at the 38.2. You can see that the candle bodies are right there at the 38.2 on the 1 hour, and this thing is it's popped back up a bit. So right now I want to see if we're going to get the rejection underneath the 23.6 at 42,844. So 42.8. So the 800 black approximately. And then potentially another short. So if we go back to our chart here, and we'll get zoomed out to at least a 4 hour, so we can see that again we are still holding this range. I told you guys way back here, I believe this is going to be the range that we establish. I love to lay out these triangles for you guys. That's how we caught the bullish pennant down here. And again, this is it's not that I wouldn't call this a pennant. But we'll see what happens with this triangle. We are in this triangle now, and I believe we'll continue to play this range. Again, I did say I wanted to catch a solid candle close on the daily over here, and I said last night again, this candle had the potential to turn this to a red wick. We were up here in this candle last night, and it was green. And there was a couple of YouTubers out actually that said that this thing was on the loom of a breakout, which is, I don't know, those guys are generally reverse indicators. But if I had this on the candle bodies, it looks like a breakout. But if I now move that to the tops of the wicks produced, it gives us a lot more room. It comes from the breakout of that pennant pattern and that resistance line. As well as the top, previous bottom, and where we're headed now. So it's lining up pretty well. I'm going to trust it. So far, so good. We've had, now we're on our third short in here. Only scalped a couple of longs, scalped it long yesterday. Haven't landed one of these, unfortunately, because I've been waiting for the daily close down here. So I believe that the next low will be the opportunity. And so if we catch the next low, if we catch a daily candle down here and hope for that breakout now, it's maybe we don't even get down as far as that again, but what I want is to see more solid candles. So when we have all this wick action here, it's generally a sign that price action, they're still trying to figure out which direction this is going to go. So the question is was that it for 2023? Did we top out for 2023, or are we going to see that next leg up to the 78.6% fib of the 2022 bear trend, just as the SPX did, the S&P 500, because we know this thing's been following that all darn year. And they've been kind of correlating with each other for the last few years, or at least since the 2017-2018 bull run, in my opinion. So 78.6% fib, again, $49,179, lining up right with a rejection of that 200 mark. If it does get rejected, but I don't believe it will, because the S&P. Oh, and it's up again. Let's have a look. Still pumping. So Bitcoin can't really do anything if everybody's pumping their money in here, because it's not the small money in Bitcoin that pushes it up these big legs, 10K at a time. Like it's these guys. So like, are they going to double top, or are they going to break and go beyond this to finish their year and get the old cup and handle they got right here? Like, I guess you could really call that the schmuppen handle, cup and handle. Let's stick a horizontal line in here, see what's going on. So, I'll actually just make that visible, a little more visible. So there would be the top of the cup, in my opinion. Okay, so we had their little blow off, if that's what you want to call it. It's not really a blow off, but they had their top, exceeded the top of the cup, didn't make it, right? So now we have the retest and then the breakdown. So here is the cup. This is called a cup and handle pattern. And as you can see, it's broken out, but this is not much of a retest in this area, in my opinion. So is this just going to double top, catch a rejection here, and potentially have to come down and test this level again, somewhere around $4,500 for them? But it could just keep going. Who knows? Maybe they catch a breakout, and this becomes the line needed for support. Okay. I'm trying to find a dominant. What is love? Solid 10. So there's the resistance. The resistance. Snapped through that one. No problem. Like, I mean, that was really not much of a significant line. But that's crazy. Look at this. Look at this big old cup and handy. But another resistance to go. Is that going to be a double top for the year? Around $4,800 for $40 away. So it's not much. 3 days, 5 hours to go in this week. One more week of the year for these suckers. But I imagine, I don't know, do Fat Cats and all these guys, do they take Christmas off? They must be taking some Christmas holidays. So is this week it for the year? Or maybe next week, when nobody's paying attention, everybody will be on Christmas, they'll pump Bitcoin. All right, so everyone, all this stuff will be slow. And then, whammy, everyone's going to be opening gifts and doing all that jazz. And Bitcoin pumps, the old Christmas pumps. And the Santa come fill the sack of sats. Santa with a sack of sats. Ye old sack of sats. Oh, man. Somebody's messaging me here. What do we do? Yeah, look at that. I wonder if I should actually just show you guys that. It's actually pretty funny. That's actually pretty funny. So a couple years ago, and I got some, like, you know, we're tradespeople, except for Shane. He's a bit of a softie, that one. But anyway, a few years ago, I convinced the boys to get together and buy some matching red turtlenecks and fucking do some dumb portraits at Walmart. This shit's hilarious. Ho, ho, ho. Look at these fucking Christmas cards we made. Oh, that shit's ridiculous. That's good, though. Buddy just sent me that. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. Anyway, Bitcoin. Look at that. So many lines, though, but like they all kind of do different things on different time frames. So let's get zoomed back in and see what's going on. Close the trade outright. Close the trade outright. Yeah. Close the trade outright. And now we're dangling. Now we're dangling above the fib. So we took the short. We took the short. Close the short. Bing, bang, boom on the old Fibonacci's. And now we're waiting. Now we're waiting. He's going to pop. But we know the S&P 500's on the move, so the money, this is where the money's going right now. They got to pick somewhere. These guys work together. We know they do. So right now the money is pouring. Whoever's in long on S&P this morning is doing well, or even for the last few weeks. You could be holding trades open and make a bank on this sucker, which would be great. But we are waiting for that money to pour into Bitcoin. I think it's going to come. The old Christmas pumps. Christmas pumps. It's got no reason to go down. No reason to go down. But I do feel like, you know, if they finish the year positive, like it's still going to come down. Actually, it doesn't really have much room to go down. If it gets below 40K, that's looking more like, you know, mid 30s to low 30s again, which would be great before the halving that's just around the corner. I'd love to pick some up around 32, 33K. Would be real great. But if it stays up here and breaks out of this triangle, I really think it's going to fucking jump to 50K before people know it. So we're going to watch that. We caught the last one. The last pennant we gave you guys broke out real well. And we're still moving. We're still moving. Everybody was going short. This is where everyone was going short. And I said, no. You can't be doing that, because all you do is stacking the liquidity for those guys to scoop. They don't care what the fucking price is. They do not give a shit what the price is. They care where you put your entries and your stop losses, and they're waiting and they're watching. There's indicators and things that allow them to see the liquidity that these people put in. So this is why I trade day to day, moment to moment, and don't hold and be like, oh, well, I just know it's going to go down because it went up for a while. So I put in a trade and we got wrecked. Like, I think it's wrecked like, I don't know. It's billions of dollars in shorts that get wrecked. And then the bears come out and they're like, oh, how come I got no music on this page? Did I mute that? Oh, when I bring Telegram in, it mutes the music. That's strange. Anyway, we're dialing it in. But yeah, so they all come in, they all stack the shorts, and now they're all mad, and you see all these guys, they're like, oh, $300 million in longs got liquidated. It's like, well, yeah, 2 weeks ago, $6 billion in shorts got liquidated. Can people just like wise up, stop betting against Bitcoin? We all go long, we all get rich. The whole point of this bitch is to take money out of the rich's pocket. And it's working. It's working. It's the fastest asset ever to reach $1 trillion by far, and it will surpass. You think if it's the fastest asset ever to reach $1 trillion, do you think it's not going to surpass the ones ahead of it? Fastest one to get in the top 10. Fastest asset to reach $1 trillion. Fastest growing technology curve that's ever existed. Double the pace of the internet. And people are like, oh, it's not real. The fucking shit's proof is right here. Proof is right here. So, yeah. Look at that. Would you look at it? Just beautiful. But that's the market scope today. That's the market scope this morning. It sounds like these ETFs are going to go through. It is kind of inevitable. And they're talking, so what did it say? $30 trillion. $30 trillion, it said, is going to be coming to these markets. Now, that sounds exciting. And maybe there's a little hype pump because people think that money is actually going to come into Bitcoin physically. But it's not. Because an ETF just means that there's a manager of a Bitcoin hedge fund, and he's going to accept cash revenue and give returns. But if he could give a large and generous annual return after the gains they've already made in Bitcoin without even having to buy any more. So don't get too hyped about that stuff. I mean, like, we're DCA. We've dollar cost average. So we have no FOMO if it does go up, but we want to be realistic in this market and not believe the hype, because believing the hype and jumping in and fucking pouring everything in when everyone says it's going to be great is generally when you get wrecked. So just be mindful of that. Take it one day at a time. Take it one day at a time. Yeah. One day at a time. Let's see what we can get. See if I can get one of those articles actually that was talking about that 30 trillion. Hackers. What's going on? What's going on in the news today as far as crypto goes? Hacker offers access to Binance law enforcement request. 10K in crypto. Dang. Rising crypto Bitcoin ETF bloodbath. $1.5 million meme coin and gamble. We don't want meme coin gambles right now. Court cancels extradition approval for Do Kwon. Oh. Uh-oh. Do Kwon. So that was the Luna dude. He's still tied up in court and legality. That's unfortunate for him. It's funny, all these people are being made the scapegoat of things in a larger picture. Like these people are just exposing the real criminals, and they are fighting tooth and nail to show you that they're not the criminals first. BlackRock, ARK, revise Bitcoin ETF plans along. Cash only model. What? Cash only model? That's not what we want. Okay. How come? Oh, where did that article go? I wanted to pull that over. Why didn't you open? Why doesn't it open the article? Weird. Do I have to... Damn you, Telegram. Advertising inquiries. I don't want that. I don't want no advertising inquiries. Cointelegraph. Where do you get your crypto information? CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, Bitcoin Magazine. There's a few different places you can go. Hey, did I jump out of that short too early? Here, let me get this on a chart that'll actually move for you guys. That'll actually move. Let me put on a chart that moves. So here's a half hour. I jumped out of the short below the Fibonacci down here, but we couldn't get above this. So this is a market structure change, though. We are seeing on the and just down on the half hour. This is what I would identify as a market structure change. Something's changing here. So that's what we're watching for, and a break below this. 45 seconds to go, or retest that as support here. 42.42, 42.420. Where's Marty at? 42.420. 42s. We seem to see a lot of the 42s, a lot of 4-2s, a lot of 4s and 2s around. 4s and 2s. 4 and 2 makes 6. 6 is strongly correlated to a whole lot of science regarding the Earth. So it's quite interesting, actually. Think about it. 666. Why would they do that? All the science regarding a lot of Earth science equates to numbers involving 6s. Lots of 6s. Then I move to the class to say I'm losing it now. Hey, okay, so stayed above. So there we go. 42.448. Half hour close. This is what we call a shooting star. So we're going to show you also how to start identifying candles. This would be called a shooting star if, pardon me, didn't have any wick to the bottom. So this wick to the bottom tells us that there is still just some slight buying pressure on these candles. This is buying pressure on these candles. This is sell pressure, right? So still unsure, but holding support at the 50% fib level of this move here. since we reached the 44.8 top. So we are trying to recover the move that we made. And we have the Fibonacci pulled from the top to the low, the dippy low that we had. And we've also formed a triangle. The triangle starts from the wick of the breakout. It's on the daily, but you could move it over here. Like this is where it ended up being on the half hour, but on the daily candle or the 4-hour candle, it's back here. So from the breakout of the resistance line is where I start my triangle. To the top, to the bottom, and on the daily, it's over here just on the half hour. It shows in a different spot. You can see the next low, which is also on one of the daily candles, perfectly touch that triangle. So now we have our third and final top and pattern to complete this pattern. And you can see that we hit the resistance there and now trickling back down. But not much left of this pattern. So it could easily break out of the top, or it could just fall. It could break right out, break right down. But I don't think there's any reason for it to, unless it gets manipulated or something happens in the news or the narrative pretty soon here. But I believe this week, again, like I said, I have a feeling they're pushing this up and potentially going to double top the S&P 500, which is very close. So here was the all-time high and the top of the 2021 bull run at $4,800, and we are almost there, $47,061. So I believe we're going to come right back up here and test that. But the question is, does it break out and continue to move? And if that does, again, like I said, Bitcoin's got no reason to stop. So, you know, the 78.6% fib for us looks like 49K, 49 to 50K. And 100% recovery for us, we know, is $69,000, $70,000. So let's go. Let's go. We DCA'd. And we're playing with leverage trades. We're playing with leverage. You see, we took the short from the top last night, exited down here, took profits, and made a full exit when this retested the fib. And then I'm potentially looking for another short. So if it breaks this fib, oops, where'd Bitcoin go? Bitcoin, take it easy, they say. Why no zoom? Why no zoom? Yeah, so if we break this fib and confirm that, maybe there's another short, hopefully down to the bottom. I'd like to see a daily candle close down here for an entry. And if this is an accumulation pattern, it's lining up 1, 2, and then a third and solid bottom, and then hopefully get moving. And that's the trade I wanted to catch, was the long, because we've been in the bull trend all year and there's no reason to be shorting. I don't generally push shorting, and I don't generally like betting against Bitcoin. I'm definitely heavy for a long in my DCA into Bitcoin, and always will be. But in these ranges, I am going to play the occasional short, because that's how we make money, and we want to move ahead. We want to market this dang channel. We want to get the message out. This is about awareness. I don't give a fuck about Julian Biggs. I give a fuck about life for everybody getting better and seeing some better social programs and some healthier street level activities. And that's what Bitcoin has to offer. And it's a tiring message, because Bitcoiners right now are viewed like vegans. Nobody wants to talk about them, but they all want to talk about it. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah. So we're chilling. The candles are chilling. I do believe this could be a dumpy day. I did say yesterday this would potentially just be the opposite of this candle. So nice green wick on the bottom, fat juicy cucumber up here, and it'll be the opposite. So we'll have this red wick and then this big old red pepper hanging down here. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep you updated. We will be back for the daily close this evening. Be safe. Hang in there. We will catch you in the next one. Go fuck yourself. Bye.